How sweet to be an idiot.
Hey, Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Yo, we here.
Another week. I go by the name of Charlamagne Tha God.
I'm Andrew Schulz.
My guy Andrew Schulz is here. First of all, thank you to everybody who has been subscribing and ranking us on iTunes and listening to us on SoundCloud. You know what we need to start doing, Schulz?
What's that?
We need to start plugging everything we need to plug at the beginning of the show. I've been listening to a lot of different podcasts.
Okay.
Like The Read and who else was I listening to? I was listening to Bill Burr over the weekend, and they always plug their stuff in the beginning. So go.
All right. So make sure that you come and see me and Carly Aquilino at the Improv.
The redhead kingpin, Carly Aquilino.
That's right. We're going to be at the Chicago Improv. I believe it's in Schaumburg in July.
She's definitely headlining.
We are co-headlining.
No, don't even act like you're on Carly's level.
We are co-headlining.
That makes you feel better.
She's definitely going to bring in way more people than I am.
Because girl code shits on guy code's life.
It definitely is a bigger draw. It definitely is a bigger draw.
Yes.
But, I've been in this game a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
You're definitely the better stand-up. I love Carly. She's good.
But I got years on Carly. You know what I mean? I got years on Carly, but Carly definitely is a huge draw. Like it's really impressive.
Give Carly a couple more years, she'll kill you on stage.
Because then I get a couple more years. You know what I mean? I'm a beast, man.
And we got the world.
I'm a beast.
We got the World Star Hip Hop Comedy Show August 23rd at the Foxwoods Casino. You can go get your tickets for that. I'm hosting that. Schulz, you're performing on that as well.
I am. Yes.
We tried to get Carly, but her price was just too crazy.
Really?
I'm just fucking with you.
You piece of shit. I know mine wasn't. I know that.
And we got, of course, Guy Code comes on every Wednesday at 11 p.m. on MTV2, followed by Jobs That Don't Suck.
That's right.
At 11:30.
The Chicago dates are the 24th through the 25th through the 27th.
And that's you and Carly?
Me and Carly, yeah.
Listen, man, you ride Carly's coattails to the top, baby.
To the top, baby.
Okay.
To the top.
All right. And speaking of Girl Code, people always wonder, how did Girl Code get so great? Right?
That's right.
Because it's not just all due to the cast.
No.
Because everybody's not amazing on the cast.
No, there's a lot of people that are pretty horrible.
Yeah.
A lot of us were wondering, could Charlamagne do it without Duval?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people were like, is it possible?
When it comes
no. People were talking. The
when it
blogs
comes
were
to
talking.
women,
yeah.
I am way better at talking to women than Duval.
A lot of people
You know
were
why?
wondering.
Because I address them as women. Duval would have been like, no, what is this, bitch code?
Bitch hoe code?
Now, what do these hoes need to know?
Code.
Okay? It's a difference.
But seriously, there were a lot of talks and executive meetings. I walked by a couple, and they were like, will Charlamagne be comfortable enough talking on camera if his shoulders aren't rubbing against Duval? Will it be possible that Charlamagne could make his points?
That's how they felt about Ain't That America.
What do you mean? Like,
they wondered, could he do it without me?
And you know what? He got 2 seasons.
Yeah. I don't think it's coming back, though.
I don't think it is, but hey, you know what I mean? He got 2 seasons, and now we know. You know, the dynamic duo was split up.
Yeah.
And can it survive?
Yeah.
Can America handle just one of you? That is the question.
It depends what format it's in. If Duval's on stage doing stand-up,
he's
that's
great.
his lane.
Yeah.
If I'm doing radio, that's my lane.
Right.
We all got lanes.
You all got lanes. But what about TV? We're talking about TV, alone TV.
Yeah. I think so.
You think it's possible?
I'm pretty, yeah.
You believe in it? I
and
believe
Duval
in it.
got movies coming out.
That's true.
Duval's actually in the trailer for a movie. I saw a trailer for a movie.
Duval's got a bunch
Cannon
of movies coming out. Yeah, you'll be able to get them all at Walmart tomorrow because they're going straight to VHS.
No, this is
they're
coming
not even
theaters.
going to DVD.
No, the one with Nick Cannon. The one with Nick Cannon is coming out in
VCR.
theaters. The one with Nick Cannon is coming out through
Pete
Lionsgate.
Davidson in it too.
No, he's not.
He is in it.
He is.
Absolutely
He's
is.
not in the trailer. In the trailer is Cat Williams, Mike Epps, Little Duval. His character's called Bam Bam.
I saw he got the tattoo on his cheek.
Listen, we're all prospering out here. That's the most important thing. But let's get back to Girl Code. Let's talk about why the women on Girl Code are so good. Because a lot of people didn't know a lot of the girls from Girl Code before the show.
Nobody knew anybody on Girl Code before the show.
With the exception of like Melanie Iglesias.
Oh, that's right. Melanie had pre-awareness.
April Rose, because she was on Guy Code. Alicia Renee, because she was on Guy Code.
And Alicia, because she did BET.
Yes, but girls need direction, right?
They do need direction.
They need coaching. They need somebody that can direct them the right way.
Yeah.
So who is the director of Girl Code?
You know, the director of Girl Code, I really can't say enough about her, to be honest.
Her name is Laura Murphy.
Her name is Laura Murphy, but she is just an incredible woman, and she's agreed to be on the podcast with us today. She's an incredible person.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I want to give her a bigger umbrella. Incredible person, talented,
great writer,
award-winning director,
hoe wrangler.
Because
she's wrangling them hoes on Girl Code. No, I'm just playing. They're not hoes.
They're not hoes on Girl Code. I mean, there are a couple of them are.
Just a couple. That's fine. Allegedly.
But they'll be okay.
When am I allowed to jump in?
You're not allowed to
right now.
Okay, not yet. Okay.
Let us build you up. This is the intro. Let us build you up.
I'm not the director right now.
Okay, yeah, you're not directing. Okay. So she's wrangling these chicks.
Okay, wrangling these chicks.
Chick wrangler.
Hoe wrangler.
There's a couple hoes.
Even though there's no hoes on Girl Code.
Who takes the most dick on Girl Code, do you think?
First of all,
I'm not allowed to jump in.
Vote for Lauren Murphy, everybody.
Girl Codes.
That's what we're going to open with?
Who is taking the most dick on Girl Code?
Because you hear a lot of behind the scenes stuff on
the present room excluded.
The present.
Perfect setup.
I am a top. A power top.
So you've given dick.
In my mind. Because we all have a gay man that exists with us in our
Don't
mind.
bring me into your gay world where you fuck dudes.
But you have a problem with it?
No, not at all. But I don't have a part of my mind where I'm looking at Tom Cruise. I would bury my dick in his ass. That's what's up.
I'm not gonna let Tom fuck me.
But you would fuck Tom?
Yes, if I had a choice. If I had to make a choice.
You don't have one like kind of gay fantasy, like if I had to.
Here's the thing. This is the difference. I know in my head I'm completely comfortable with going, oh, that's a good looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think people that grow up not being able to say that go, oh, that's a good looking guy. So they just go, oh, that person's good looking? All right, fuck their ass. Do you know what I mean? So like,
you haven't seen the right ass then.
So you've seen some dude's ass.
No, I haven't. No, I have.
Whose ass did you see?
It is one dude I want to fucking ass.
Who?
It is.
No, all right, go. This is good. Who?
Serena Williams. I want to fuck that guy, Serena Williams, and his ass so bad.
So you would fuck Serena Williams in ass?
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this real quick question. Do you think there are trannies that look more like a woman than Serena Williams does?
Without question. First of all, listen, I think Serena's pretty, by the way.
Yeah. She's strong, muscular, pretty.
Hold on. Don't let him get away with this flip-flopping bullshit. A second ago, you just said that Serena Williams looks like a man. Right?
But a pretty man.
I can't make a joke. Just because I'm not a comedian, I can't make a joke.
No, these are jokes. This is the truth.
I don't tell jokes. I tell the truth. But because I was playing off America's perception that they think Serena is manly. But to answer your question, of course, there's transsexuals that look more womanly than Serena Williams.
Okay.
In the traditional sense of what a woman is supposed to look like.
Right.
Okay. I don't know if I don't believe in.
They look like custom-made women.
Yes.
Like they look like they are more attractive if you say the attractive ideal is Barbie dollish or really too perfect.
See, that's the thing I don't get about trannies. Who are the women that trannies are trying to be like?
Yeah, I mean, they're not trying to be like your average 37-year-old from the middle of the country.
Or any woman. I don't know. Whenever I see the girls, especially the dressing like drag, I don't know. Those are also trannies, right? What's a transvestite in a trans?
There's translucent. Translucent is the tone of my skin mostly.
Oh, you can see through it. Okay.
Yeah. Transgender. I think transparent.
Okay.
Transgender, I think, is when there's been like a sex change.
Okay, they got some titties.
Transvestite might just be the clothes. Yeah.
So transvestite.
But I'm not the authority on this.
What is Casper
RuPaul
Not So Smart, Jennifer Lopez's boyfriend fucking? Because they say he likes
trannies.
And his tranny looks on a lot of levels like a woman.
Here's the thing.
She's a bad bitch.
That girl that you showed me the picture of, this is Casper Smart.
Who you said you would fuck.
I didn't say I would fuck.
I showed you the picture.
Okay. Let me explain exactly what I meant by this. Okay. I would fuck if I met her at whatever.
If you were single.
If I was single.
It is definitely not the
appropriate relationship.
We're not supposed to talk about them like a critter?
No,
we don't know what the name of?
No.
Okay. So I would fuck the tranny if I didn't know it was a girl, if I was in a foreign country. No, if I was in America, maybe I was drunk. I met her at the bar. I would fuck her, and I'd tell my boy. I would brag. I'd be like, "Yo, I fucked this chick. She had a little work done, but besides the work, pussy was tight.
Yeah, shallow.
It was tight and it was little. It felt like a thimble.
She let me do anal, dog. She took it up her ass like a champ.
Like she was used to it.
And her jaw was so strong.
I mean, the way that she was biting me.
and then you find out it's a tranny.
So here's my fear, though. I'm fucking this tranny.
Okay.
Right.
And you know it, or you don't know it?
I don't know it.
Okay.
Right. This is my biggest fear. Because I had a girlfriend once that I thought was a tranny because I smoked weed and I got paranoid. And I feel
like that's a common high anxiety attack that happens because I know somebody else that happened to too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hold on.
And what happened?
Laura, wasn't that insulting if a guy smoking weed and all of a sudden thinks that you're a man?
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't know. Yeah, kind of. You know what? It was like a total paranoid freak out, and because he went home with this girl, and then he got super high, and then she switched into sweatpants really quickly, and he never saw it in her underwear, and he got convinced that it was a dude, and that's why she switched into sweatpants, and he left.
No. I was mid-fuck.
Oh.
I'm mid-fuck from the back.
That's even crazier.
Ex-girlfriend, mid-fuck from the back.
And she was your girlfriend?
She was my girlfriend. I was high. I was in Spain. Between a girl's butt cheeks, there's like that little pink line. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, it's like click the booty.
What do you call it?
Click the booty.
Clit to booty, right? But there's this pink line,
If
right?
you know how to eat
Like
pussy
the-
and ass, go
the
from
taint?
click to
No,
booty.
Not the
past the
taint.
booty hole, up towards the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
from
The top of
runway.
the crack. The
the
top
run-
of the crack.
the top and crack, right? Whatever that is. So I see that, right? I see this crack, and the butt cheeks. I'm hitting it from the back, and I start in my mind. I just go, "Oh shit, that's a scar from a sex change operation." And in my mind, I go, "This is how you change a woman's sex. You just break open their ass, reach in, pull the cock, and pull it inside out like a tube sock." Right? That's how you create the pussy, right?
Okay.
That's
And
the
I'm
kind of thinking
fucking-
that's led to bleached assholes, I think, too.
I'm sure. Without a doubt.
disturbing.
Without a doubt. So in this moment, I'm fucking, right? And I'm like, oh, fuck, she's a dude. She's a fucking dude. She got me.
You got to get your nut, dog. Worry about all that stuff.
That's exactly what I did. I said, I'm going to bust this nut and have a conversation with
Word
her.
up.
But I was not going to not get that nut.
Right.
I do know if a girl only wants to give you head, she's probably a transsexual. Or
What?
transgender.
Only
That's-
wants to give you head?
That's all she wants to do.
I don't know about that. Well, in what situation? Like,
All situations. She just all wants to
because
suck your dick.
maybe she just doesn't want to get an STD or have sex, or she's trying to keep her numbers low, or
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons.
There's a lot of reasons.
If you think I have
she's
STD,
really
you
good at
should-
blowjobs.
You're gonna disagree with the director
Of Girl Code.
Code.
That's what I'm saying.
Author,
Yeah.
award-winning
if you-
commercial director,
And person
Laura.
who only gives blowjobs. No, just kidding.
who
I'm just
only
kidding.
Give
sucks
head?
dicks.
Really?
No.
Tell us how you got the job at Girl Code again.
Okay.
blowjob.
Yeah. Like, that's a really weird transition.
What are
No,
your
that was a great
abilities?
segue.
Right, exactly.
If the stories we heard are true,
Yeah.
No, I'm just
No.
fucking with you.
I
Imagine directors had to get jobs like that.
had to get jobs.
Like-
oh yeah, it's
like-
like the casting couch, but the other way.
But exactly, like you got to direct the blowjob that the person hiring gets.
So I'm the director and I'm trying to hire an actor, but I have to blow the actor to direct him?
No, the opposite. So
Oh.
you're in there trying to get your job as a director, right?
Okay.
And the director goes, "Okay, well, you know what you got
Oh,
to
a
do to get
different
this
director.
job." Right? And then a girl comes in
calls
and
in
he's
April
like,
Rose.
calls in April, and then she's like, "All right, tell her what to do."
Tell her how to give me the best head I've ever had in my life.
Oh God, if I was
Go.
directing casting couch situations.
Yes.
That would be so.
There's
ill.
got to be a fetish internet porn site for that
Oh, I'd
of like
watch that.
directing
That's all-
directing
oh,
the
directing.
casting couch.
That's
yeah.
a different level of power.
Casting couch is my favorite porn, by the way.
Oh yeah,
That's
I've heard
the
about.
only porn I can watch.
I've seen screen grabs.
Has that ever happened to you, Laura? Have you ever had to be on the casting couch? Mm-mm. Been offered?
No, I mean I've always been behind the camera. I've always looked a little bit like Potsy from Happy Days. It's really never come up for multiple reasons.
She does look like Potsy from Happy Days.
No, I've kind of been spared any sort of need to exchange sexual
To all you
favors.
youngsters listening to the show, Happy Days was a popular TV show.
Exactly.
It was this guy called
My outdated
Fonz.
reference, yeah.
He went on to be something else. Fonz was on another show.
Winkler.
No, Anson
Oh.
Williams was Potsy.
Ron Howard. They probably know who
Ron-
the fuck Ron Howard is.
Yeah.
No, but you know Ron Howard, the director, obviously.
We do because we're in the business.
Henry
Regular people
Winkler was on Arrested Development. He made a
But
pretty
Winkler,
Arrested Development. There you
Winkler
go.
killed it. He did. He had a career.
He had a career,
yeah.
I mean, Ron had a
Potsy
career
did not
too,
go
just-
anywhere.
Potsy didn't.
Ralph
go
Mouth did not.
No, Potsy changed, got a sex change, and is now Laura Murphy. And
Yeah, exactly. I fooled everyone.
But how did you get your start in the business?
I
Because you never hear behind. We always have people that's in front of the camera.
Right.
You're
Okay.
behind the camera.
Yeah, and I'm always the one asking you guys questions, so it's
Yeah.
weird
So
now
it's
to
fun
be on.
to ask
yeah,
you.
now you can
Yeah,
ask me
yeah.
whatever you want. I always wanted to be a writer. I went to college for writing, and then I worked at MTV. Like I got a job out of college in MTV in the promos department, writing and directing promos.
Where'd you go to school?
SUNY Albany State University.
Yeah.
in New York, right?
State school. Yep.
Albany.
Okay.
That campus.
I went to
is
school for
depressing.
journalism, which I never used. It was so depressing.
It's just made out of concrete.
It's gray. It's a big gray square.
Yeah.
It was, and the weather's gray, and everything was ugh.
Why'd you say
But-
journalism was depressing? Was your major depressing? Or
No,
the
no,
school?
No, the school was
University.
depressing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Journalism, that school was just all like newspaper stuff, which was like the internet had, but it's like, oh, I chose to study something that doesn't really involve the internet right now. Like, it wasn't like they were doing online or on-air stuff. It was just print. Like, it was dying as I was getting the degree. So I knew I would never use it.
So when you say you wanted to be a writer, did you like was you writing books? Were you writing TV shows? Were you writing
I wrote everything. Like, I was like a super nerd kid, but I was really into writing. And when I was in 5th grade, I wrote this play. I wrote, directed, and starred in a play. It was like a mystery. It was very much in the Scooby-Doo vein genre of mysteries. Yeah. And I made all my friends act in it. We rehearsed it every day at lunch. Wow. And then my teacher found it was called Gormy's Ghost.
Is it hot? Like, could you read,
I don't really remember the story, but it was definitely like group of mystery solving kids find a bad guy, don't know who he is, and then it turns out to be old man Gormy or whatever. It was like literally Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. I wrote a book when I was that age about this guy named Slang, who was like a human lizard, and
did Slang?
I forgot how he had to become a man, but it was a human lizard that wanted to have a rap career. And somehow or another, he wanted to become a man, but he never became a man. And he realized being a human lizard that raps is more profitable than being a man, so he decided to stay a human lizard.
That's deep, and also now called the Geico commercial.
Were you? Were you Slain? Was it after you?
No, I wasn't Slain.
Is this autobiographical?
Nothing to do with it.
Because I'm from South Carolina, so it was this thing called the Lizard Man that used to run around the town.
Oh.
And so it was kind of based off the Lizard Man.
Urban
If
myth.
the Lizard Man could rap. But don't worry about that. Now back to you. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, my teacher found out and was like, "You're going to put this play on for the school," and the whole school was like coming to an assembly. We rehearsed. We were ready to go, and then I got chicken pox the week of the play, and I couldn't go. I had an understudy who played my part. I wasn't even there to see the play that I wrote, directed, and was supposed to star in. The whole town. I think there's a video somewhere.
Did you watch the video?
I'm sure I did, but I feel like I just cried through the whole thing. I was like so upset.
If you in that moment, if you'd have got to be that actress, you might have been the new Lena Dunham. Well, not. Well, you could have been Lena Dunham.
I'm still compensating clearly for not being at that play in 5th grade. My whole career has been.
My whole career has been.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's probably it. I was like, I want to make stuff now.
You could have been writing, directing, and acting.
Yeah, I did acting for a little while in high school, but I never loved it. I hate my voice. You
think you were that scorned by that 5th grade play?
No, I mean, I think that is partially why I was like, I want to be a director. I think I knew then that I liked writing and directing stuff. I liked controlling it more than I liked. I'm just a control freak is what it really is.
You must have discovered masturbation real late in your life if you had all that time to write.
It was 5th grade. Girls don't figure out how to masturbate till late because it's hard.
Chelsea said she was masturbating at 6.
Yeah, I heard that girls do it really early. And matter of fact, it's normal. Like even a few years old, they'll be in the carriage or something like that.
There's different. Like I feel like you just don't have an orgasm, but you do feel like we used to call it like a funny feeling in your stomach or like like when you're young and you're like the babysitter tickles you and then you want to punch stuff and you're not sure why. It's like that funny dude feeling when you're a little boy. I feel like girls get that too. Like the girl across the street from me used to hold onto a street sign and hang on it for like an hour a day. I was like, that was definitely like early masturbating.
I'm fearing the day my daughter discovers her clitoris. I'm dreading that day so bad. She'll be 6 next month. This month.
They say that shit at a young age. Girls know that.
Well, I think there's a funny feeling, but I don't think you figure out how to get release from that funny feeling until much later.
You don't orgasm until you're like 40. Yeah. When do girls orgasm? 45? Is that it? Girls. That's menopause, right?
Menopause is the orgasm. Yep. That's what kicks in menopause.
The first orgasm.
The force of the orgasm. Just boom.
They're like, I'm not supposed to feel like this.
It's just made to happen once.
Okay, good. But that's why it's such a release. Yeah.
Exactly.
But at that age, how did you have that kind of focus? Because there are a lot of distractions, sex being one of them.
I think I loved reading, and I don't know, it was like one of those things that was what made me happiest. It was like reading stuff, writing stuff. I was also like, I was an outdoor kid. It wasn't like
Catholic?
I was Catholic. I was allergic to a lot of things.
Yeah,
that affected me. I was super Catholic.
You're not
you hated
masturbating
boys.
if you're Catholic.
Yeah. No. I definitely liked boys. I was a little boy crazy. I mean, but I also was like a little boy.
I can't even read without jacking off. That's so interesting that you do
Well,
that.
I feel like...
What?
Read without jacking off. Like, I'll lose focus. Like, if I'm trying to read while my dick's hard, I gotta get that shit out.
So
what are you reading?
48 Laws of Power. or your quote books.
Charlamagne
has like these quote books. It's just like all the quotes you need to manipulate women.
You're bringing it all together.
All the quotes you need to masturbate.
Now you know why my dick gets hard. I'm sitting there reading like that shit. Oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Never outshine the master. Now when I tell a girl this, she's gonna fall for it.
Oh, no wonder. That's why.
You're
turning everything into sex in your mind anyway.
Of course.
And that's just how you're wired. We're different. Girls are different.
How?
I don't think we turn everything into sex. We turn everything into power and control.
We always wondered that.
We don't turn everything into sex.
That's because y'all have a pussy.
Control.
Yes,
Pussies
we do.
are the power.
That. Yes, that's
Pussy
probably true.
Is the control.
Yeah, I think that is a lot of the. I think we control a lot more because of that. But we're not aware of that. When you're a kid, you don't know that.
Here's the question: do you want to control?
Me personally, or women in general?
Women in general. I don't know if you want to control.
No, I think
you want to control.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a two-sided thing. Like,
okay.
I think ideally we like to be in control of situations. Okay. We'd like to be in control of our emotions. We're more comfortable when we're in control of things. But there's certain situations where it's better to let somebody else take control. I mean, definitely like sexually, I feel like that's true. Yeah, that's there is that conundrum of
totally.
I want to be in control, but I want a guy to still kind of control me sometimes. But when I want
sexually, yes, that makes sense, right? But I'm talking about in life, because, with me and my girlfriend, I think sometimes she wants to be the priority, the number one priority, more than she wants to actually be the number one priority.
I kind of understand.
She likes fighting for it, but if she was it, she'd be like, well, I mean, don't you have something else?
Yeah.
I don't think Laura's that kind of woman, though. I think that's why you're a director.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of know what it is that I want, and then I want it, and then I'll get it, and then if I don't get it, it's like, all right, I'll figure out something else.
What about with your boyfriend? How long have you been with your boyfriend?
Almost a year.
So you've been with him a year. Really cool dude. What's his name again?
Jamie.
Yeah,
his name's OJ. He's named after.
Still get canceled. Right?
He's named after OJ Simpson.
That's not a good thing, Laura.
I know, it's weird.
He's named after OJ.
Why would somebody's parents?
Because
he white?
He's white, but he's from England. But they
don't even like football. They definitely named him after the murder.
When he was born, it was way pre-murder. It was when he was born. They were living in Vancouver, and his dad became a huge Buffalo Bills fan. Okay. Like, he was really into the Buffalo Bills, and he was just a huge fan of O.J. Simpson. And he was like to his mom, "I don't care what this kid is. When it's born, we're naming him O.J." And so they named him Oliver James Massam. And then I think he went by OJ for a little while, but then OJ Simpson obviously became a great anti-hero, and then he started going by Jamie. But he is a white British dude named after OJ Simpson.
So you're in total control of that relationship?
No, not at all. I'm not. I think what I do at work is different than what I do at home.
Who's busier, him or you?
We're equally busy, which is, I feel like, really important.
Absolutely.
Hold on, but before we get to her having sex with him, so you're a Catholic.
I was raised Catholic.
You was a virgin for how long? For a long time.
I lost my virginity in high school, in junior year of high school, 16.
Did you see yourself losing focus, getting like not writing as much? You still had that same focus?
I feel like I lost focus in my teen years in general.
Gotcha.
Like, I was really into sports, and I was like a competitive swimmer, and I was in the Junior Olympics for breaststroke when I was 13. I was
really?
I was really, and then I hit 16. And I was like, I want to drink.
Swimmer shoulders.
Yeah, I lost.
I was about to say you don't have.
Well, then I did. Yeah.
I was like, what?
This guy wants nothing about fuck.
No shoulders or breasts.
No. Swimmers have these huge shoulders, just gigantic shoulders.
I quit young. And then I was boxing for a long time. I feel like that counteracted it.
Okay, here we go. You ever had to knock somebody out?
I've never knocked somebody out. I have had several sparring, unsanctioned fights.
Did you win?
I did win.
Really?
I busted a girl's nose. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It wasn't a passion of yours, though?
I loved it. I grew up, my dad's best friend growing up was a boxing trainer, and I always loved boxing.
Did your father encourage you to box? Like, hey, Laura, learn to box, you don't get raped.
I didn't start, no. So you don't get, yeah. I didn't start till I was in my early 20s. I started late, so by then, my dad was supportive of it. They never wanted to watch me fight, but they were fine with it.
Sorry to interrupt. If a tranny has sex with you and doesn't tell you, is that rape?
No.
Because you're not consenting.
No, I think it's
you're not consenting to that sex.
No, because you're consenting to sex.
No, but you're consenting to sex with a woman.
No.
Listen, this is when the brilliant idiot kicks in, because that's actually a good case.
That's a legal gray area.
No, hold on.
No, wait. I think it would be more,
rape.
what do they call it when you say you're something that you're not? Like when people pretend to be 18 and they're 16.
No. Catfishing.
That's called
dating.
Catfishing.
It's called dating.
Catfishing.
No, like legally. What's the term where if you say you're 18 but you're only 16, you're presenting false something?
False identification.
Or false pretense.
False
I feel like
pretense.
it would be sex under false pretenses, but not
I could
rape.
tell the judge, look, I consented to having sex with a woman, not a guy.
And remember when we spoke to the girl last week and she said if a woman consents to having sex with the condom and you take the condom off and have sex with her, that's rape.
Really?
So she's consenting to sex. We're consenting to sex, but not on the terms in which we both agreed. That shit is rape. If
Laura,
a tranny
it's so much levels to this rape shit.
I feel like
I
I mean, there's a lot of levels to it, but that seems like a gray area, a legal gray area.
Why haven't y'all discussed rape on Girl Code? Too heavy a topic?
Yeah, it's too heavy, and I feel like it's not like there's really code to. It's just a terrible thing that nobody wants to happen. So it's not like you could do a code to it.
What's the code? Don't get raped.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've done like being like this season. We have like being strong, and there's a lot of things that are kind of around the dancing around it, like how to be strong and protect yourself and self-defense and that kind of thing. But
Don't run in a
it's
park.
just so heavy.
Well, you interrupted her when she was about. What was she talking about before we?
She was talking about, I'm sorry,
boxing.
you were talking about boxing.
Yeah.
She bust this girl's lip,
I
nose.
busted her nose.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get back on track to do the writing thing, to say, okay, I want to go to SUNY?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my English teacher in senior year told me I would never have a career writing, and I was like, now I'm going to do that.
Oh, don't you love when people say shit like that to you?
Yeah, so I was like, okay, now I'm going to be a writer.
Who are these teachers that say this shit?
Yeah, I know.
Everybody has a story where it was like, my principal said I was never going to amount to. Like,
right.
How horrible a human being are you if you are 47 and you tell a 15-year-old child you're never going to amount to?
Because you're
he didn't say it like that. I feel like that was just the implication, but it was definitely like I said, I think I'm going to major in writing. And he was like, you maybe rethink that.
You know
you
why?
You must have been a shitty student.
No. You know why?
You only say that shit if
because he's a 47-year-old teacher.
Yeah.
Who didn't accomplish what he wanted to accomplish.
Right, I see.
That's what that is.
But my dad was also a teacher in my high school. Like, I had him for history.
So him and your dad had beef. That's probably what
maybe. It
I
could
bet
be.
your dad fucked his girl.
Because my dad was, like, the most supportive ever and a great teacher. Like, he was, like, the popular teacher in the school, which was weird because girls had crushes on him, which was creepy for me. But he was, like, really supportive. He was like, whatever you want to do it. Both my parents were like, go get a degree in something you'll never use.
You, to me, are like the antithesis of daddy issues.
Yeah.
You got daddy issues?
No, not at all.
Antithesis.
The opposite
I
of
don't know
it.
what the fuck that means.
The antithesis.
I'm not seeking male approval to make up for something my dad didn't do.
Why couldn't you just say that?
Antithesis.
Okay.
The opposite.
All right.
Oh, antithesis is opposite.
Yeah, the opposite. Yo, you the opposite of that shit.
You the opposite of not seeking male approval, you know what I'm saying? To validate who the fuck you are as a woman, son.
I mean, you ain't sucking dicks because your daddy was out fucking other bitches and shit. You know what I mean?
Now you understand, yes?
Like you probably fuck dudes because you love them.
You suck dick because you want to.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. You don't suck dick to try to find your dad inside the dick because he was never there.
Exactly.
So your daddy played a major role in your life?
Oh yeah, both my parents were great. I feel like my dad never had a son, and because of that, I was definitely the oldest one. And it was like, let's play softball, let's dive for grounders in the backyard. Like I was definitely
like a tough chick though.
Yeah, and I think that is kind of why I've ended up where I am. Like both my parents were super supportive, and I was always really confident. I was probably overly confident for looking like Popsy.
Guy code. Stucky's job. Shout out to Stucky.
Yo, shout out to
Stucky's good. Stucky's so good at being Stucky. Like that's
Stucky's
he definitely. I met with him before I did Girl Code, and I was like, he was a good inspiration. He's good.
Now let's go back to what you said. You said the teacher told you that you wouldn't be able to accomplish it. Accomplish a writing career.
Yeah.
It's amazing how little things like that trigger and motivate us. Because I can think of 3 people in my life, 4. that said that to me, said something similar. Like it was this guy named DJ Kaz at D93 Jams in Charleston. I used to work there. Then I went to the other radio station, The Competition, and got fired from there. And me and him had a beef. And I remember him getting on the radio and saying, this guy will probably never work in radio again. Mind you, I'm like 21 at the time, like, word? Like, I just remember that sparking something in me, something crazy. This other program director named Boogie D in Philadelphia, he was like, that's why you'll never make it in radio. Now, mind you, I already had worked with Wendy. I had like the number 3 show in Philly Why would you say that to me?
But I feel like you need that combined with some positive experience in it. Because if everybody keeps saying to you, hey, you really shouldn't be doing this, then maybe you actually shouldn't be doing it. You know what I mean? If like 10 different people are like, you kind of suck at this.
That's true for a lot of
like kind of
up-and-coming rappers.
Yeah, like that's not really a motivator. That might just be honest. But if you have if you are passionate about it and you've had a couple positive things, then the one person saying you're not good at this will make you better at it.
But it's not just one person. Like, that's why I love Jordan's Hall of Fame speech. Did you guys see that speech?
No.
Jordan is the most spiteful motherfucker in the world.
Word.
And I love that.
Yeah, he's earned it. He has earned the right to be.
Of course he has. But like, apparently everybody who ever said he couldn't do anything, he remembers every writer that wrote anything bad about him to this day.
Me too.
No, absolutely. And it's like he's one of these guys, and during the Hall of Fame speech, he called out every single person. He's like, you were my motivation, his college roommate. You were All-American, I wasn't. Like You're the best ever. We all know you're the best ever.
Right.
6 rings, and he's still like, hey, remember I was
rubbing
better
it
than
in.
you.
Motivated
What are you doing now, selling
Rubbing it
Hondas?
Listen, the mother of my child, her sister. I remember the mother of my child wrote a paper on me when I was doing radio in Columbia, South
Your
Carolina.
fiance.
My fiance, yeah.
Yeah. Why are you talking about her like she's some chick that's in Monk's Corner?
I don't know what girls I'm fucking that are listening to this. I got to get over that. I'm trying to be a better
Keeping
person.
all
You're right.
options
Thank you for
open.
correcting the show. Thank you for bringing me back to the light.
Listen, that's what I'm here for.
Yes.
I try to bring out the best in you because I know the guy that you can become. Man.
I'm trying not to be that guy.
I know you can raise. I know you can raise a daughter just like Laura.
Yes.
If you put your heart together.
Aw.
You know what I mean?
That was a nice compliment.
But if you
to
keep referring
everybody.
to your daughter's mother like she's some chick that works
fiance.
at Subway
Soon
on the
to be
highway.
wife. Yes, you're right. So her sister, she wrote an article about me doing radio in Columbia, whatever. And I was in the paper. I was talking about how I got aspirations to do radio in big markets like New York, whatever. Her sister goes, he couldn't do radio in Atlanta. Nonetheless, New York, please. He's got a lisp. He's this, he's that. Like this all, I'm like, what? Why would she talk about me like that?
Right.
Like, why would she shit on my dreams like that?
And shit on Atlanta.
Yes. So now, not only am I in New York, I'm syndicated in Atlanta, but I remember sitting down, we're watching TV the other day, and I forgot what show I was on, and I go, yeah, remember when your sister said, and I say this all the time. And she hates it. She was like, get over it already. I'm like, never.
No, fuck
never
that.
will I get over
motivation.
it.
She's the motivator.
That's my motivation.
Yeah.
When people criticize you, that's what it will do. It will either bury you,
Yeah.
or it will make you that much better.
Well, I feel like there's like a week-long self-analysis where I get majorly depressed, and then I'm like, okay, now I can overcome it and get better. But there is still like the bad, like, ooh, maybe they're right. I mean, I do that.
No, everybody has that,
I mean,
but
I
you
don't know
just
if
need
yeah.
I just stay focused and I go, oh, it's going to be so sweet when I surpass these
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But here's the weird thing. Whenever I've passed somebody who treated me like shit, like in comedy, stand-ups, they were dicks to me, whatever, and once I got past them in my career, I was waiting. I had a list of people in my pocket that I would carry around, the people I was
Game of Thrones
these
style.
motherfuckers. Literally the Arya
Area,
shit,
yeah.
I had that. I had the list of people that were pieces of shit to me coming up.
Jordan Hall of Fame speech.
Literally the Hall of Fame speech. And whenever I pass one, I remember I would look at them, and instead of being like wanting to say, I told you so, I'd be like, oh, fuck, man. That guy's still there.
You know why success is the best revenge, and it speaks for itself.
It speaks for
it
itself.
does. Yeah,
itself.
you don't have to rub it in unless you're Michael Jordan. Then you can do whatever you want.
That's why he's the greatest.
Yeah,
his
exactly.
success don't speak for himself. He needs to go to fucking Foot Locker where you're working.
Yeah,
Be like,
rub
you
it in your
selling my
face.
shoes? Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, exactly.
What affects us more? Because it don't affect me when somebody tells me I'm good at something. But when somebody tells me I'm not going to be good at something, that's what
Well, I feel like
moves me.
it depends on who tells you you're good at something. Like, I feel like if somebody random somebody who's in admiration of you is like, oh, you're good at that, it's easier to be like, thanks, it's a nice compliment. But if somebody you really respect tells you you're good at something, that I feel like is equally as motivating. And people saying bad stuff about you is motivating too.
Who told you that you were a good writer that made you be like, okay, boom, I got a career in this?
I mean, I've had really good bosses all along. Like when I worked in promos, I had like a really great boss who was super funny and supportive. I feel like I've always worked for good people.
Say his name or her
Oh,
name.
Kevin McCall, who was a great guy. He used
He'll
to head
appreciate
promos. Christina Norman, who was like an amazing, so she ran MTV, then she ran VH1, then she started Oprah's network. Like really supportive people and positive people, a lot of females who were like, you're good at this might work. And like just also, I feel like working with you guys or working with, I think the compliments that make me feel the best are when it comes from people that I'm directing or people I'm working with.
You.
Yeah, that was like an amazing compliment. That was awesome.
Back when you used to be in the green screen with her.
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I know.
Do you still do that or no?
I will be back. Yeah, I've just been doing sketches.
I sent her an email. Because we were recording. It was so much fun. We'd always
it was
have these,
season
fun,
one. I think
it was season one. We'd always have these fun conversations, and it wasn't even like girl code bits. Sometimes we're just talking about relationships, and it created this really fun, comfortable environment. And I would really look forward to go film girl code. I'd be like, oh man, this is just gonna be fun. I just get to chop it up, and we always come up with like good, fun bits.
Yeah.
And shit. And I sent her an email. I was like, listen, I don't know exactly what I said, but it was something like
I remember it word for word.
What is it?
I do remember it because what you said was I've never had a writing partner. I don't write with anybody, but the stuff we come up with is so good that if I were going to have a writing partner, you'd be a great writing partner. And that to me was like the ultimate compliment. Like that makes me want to do my job even better.
See, Schulz is big on credit. You can check like the first or second podcast that we did. That's why I said like.
Also, he has that email in his outbox to like 27 other people.
But that's why I told you when you shot people out that helped you in your career, give them. Say their name.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah.
Hey, listen, if somebody that's something I realized about myself. I don't like a lot of things. Actually, I really like almost nothing. But when there's somebody I think is really good at something, I want to champion them.
Yeah.
As much as I possibly can. You know?
I agree.
I definitely felt that. I feel that way still about you, about Duval. Like there's certain people, and definitely you. There's certain people that I was working. I feel that way about Ling. You know, Ryan Ling is the creator of the show. Like, there's certain Stucky, but there's certain people that I just go, these guys fucking get it, dude. And, hey, everybody should know.
Yeah.
Everybody. Hey,
I agree with
crazy?
that.
You need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves their proper just due. Everybody deserves their credit, good and bad. Because if somebody's good, you give them their credit. Okay. If somebody's been bad to you, you should give them their credit too. That's why I always say names. Like my fiance's sister, her name is very ethnic. It's LaQuisha.
I don't know why it needed a preamble.
In Philadelphia, Boogie D.
Yeah.
Fat fuck doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
But then aren't you kind of giving credit to people that you aren't good? Like, I feel like that's the thing where I don't want to give credit to anybody who doesn't deserve it.
No, because they all affected us in some way, shape, or form. Whether we know it or not, they pushed us. Whether we know it or not. That's why my father used to always say, you're never as good as they say you are, you're never as bad as they say you are. It's all just motivation. Like Schulz hit me yesterday.
I was going to say.
Schulz texted me, he goes, yo, man, you don't never get tired of motherfuckers just fucking with you on Twitter? I'm like,
trolling.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love it.
I'm on the treadmill when you respond, and I'm blown away. And I knew it was going to be some response that I didn't see coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you can ask this guy, like, do you like peanut butter and jelly? And he'll have some... Never would I eat peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly is the reason why racism exists in America. Like, you're just going to have this fucking reason, right? And so he hit me up. I love it. I was like, what do you mean? You don't get fucking tired of it? He goes, what was it?
I like seeing people's perceptions of me. And I like the psychology passion of certain people. And I like the passion of the hate.
The passion of the hate.
You got people that'll hit you 20 times in a row.
Yeah.
Just to tell you that you ain't shit. Over and over, you ain't shit. You a fuckboy. You a pussy. I'm going to kill you when I see you. That's passion.
That is passion. You're right.
That's passion. And
God, it's so much wasted energy, though. It's like they could channel that passion into something else. They'd solve a mystery or something.
Exactly.
I don't know why that sounded like a great thing.
Like Schulz says, when you respond to him, it's like, oh, I just wanted to get your attention.
Yeah. Like that's all they want.
Most of the time, that's all they want.
Right. So then do you give it to them? Do you give them the attention? Do you answer it?
Yeah, sometimes. It depends. Not everybody.
Right.
There's certain ones that catch my eye. If you say some real witty, interesting shit.
Right.
Like, like the other day, this guy got me real good. Because, the whole can I get a drop shit that happened 2 years ago when the dudes tried to assault me outside the radio station.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And I say assault because, it sounds better. So they tried to assault me outside the radio station. It was 4 guys. Yeah. So the guy hit me in the back of the head and they had the camera rolling. So the guy goes, hey, Charlamagne, remember this? And I look, and it's a picture of me actually getting hit. So I hit him back. I go, yeah, why? And he goes, oh, just making sure you remember because I thought he knocked the memory out of you. I'm like, okay.
All right.
So if it's a good one.
At least it had a punchline,
yeah.
If it's a good one, I give you props.
Right.
Like, it don't bother me at all. Like in no way, shape, or form.
That's the thing another reason I'm so glad I'm behind the camera that I would never be, because I don't know how everybody puts up with that. The girls on the show,
they get it
the shit crazy. They get, it's so mean.
You have to deal with a lot of that.
And
a lot of the girls don't even tell you what's on their Twitters and stuff.
Yeah, well, I just see it too. I mean, girls can be so mean, and it's other girls. It's just like any shit about your weight, like anything about that, your look, your physical appearance, or who you're having sex with. Just that should all be off limits. I feel like it's mean.
This
it's
is some
just
real
mean
shit,
girl
I feel,
shit.
Deep down, if men were as mean to women as women are to women, then you could call us misogynists.
Absolutely.
We are the nicest in the world compared to what women say about each other.
I would never call Nicole Meyer the fat girl from Girl Code.
Besides, you just did.
But
right now.
Yeah. But when you go on Twitter, all you see is girls saying, "I love the fat black chick from Girl Code." Like, that's not nice adjectives to use.
Yeah, no.
Just say you like the funny. Just say you like Nicole.
Yeah, just use her name.
Just learn a name. Is it that hard to learn?
Yeah.
How much you like her if you don't know her name?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, even though every black person thinks my name is Adam, it doesn't matter. It's okay. I understand you only keep one or two white names in your head. I understand how it is.
They all start with A.
Yeah, Adam Schulz. They put that on flyers. You know that?
Is it
amazing.
tough being a director of a girl show because girls' emotions are extreme sometimes?
I feel like when I started, I had only worked on guy shows, but like all the stuff I had done before was very guy-oriented comedy my whole career. So I was concerned about the adjustment of being on an all-girl show, but it was so great. Like, it was actually liberating. I feel like it changed my perception of things that I find funny to some degree, because I realized like a lot of the stuff I did before was like, there was this like Transformers ad where it was these beautiful cars and girls were like shining pipes, and it was it was all super sexual. Yeah. I think now in retrospect I would not do that again. Like, I think it's been good. It's been great to work with all like the cast and the staff are really female, and it's kind of been awesome. Like, I feel like it's easier because we're all girls. It's not harder.
Y'all do a great job, because I know guys who find Girl Code extremely funny, and guys refuse to find girls funny.
Yeah,
Andrew Schulz
that's
is
true.
one of those guys.
That's not true. I find girls funny.
Not comedians though. You laugh at them.
No, that's not true. Really? I don't know why you.
I have a very
say
interesting theory on that.
We've had this conversation before. My feeling. This is my thing on it, and I want to hear yours about. I think why guys tend to not find girls funny is, in general, right? Is because men have our sense of humor that we talk about when we're together. Yeah. Right, and then we also have a sense of humor that is for women to sleep with them. Right. So we learn what makes them laugh, what buttons we shouldn't push. Like, the way you are with me is way more vicious than we're going to be with some chick that, you know, you're trying to sleep with, right?
I could never fuck you, what you're saying.
No, you might be able to. Okay. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, what we're going to joke around about, we're going to joke around about horrible, fucked up shit. Right. If we go up to some girl we're trying to sleep with and you're talking about dead babies, then she'd be like, he's mean.
I've never made a joke about dead babies.
But I feel like we do the same thing. Like, I feel like there's stuff that girls joke about, like period shit, that there's a frame of reference that you guys wouldn't understand that we would never do. With guys.
You can't say anything that's going to make me not fuck you. It's not in your ability.
No, but it's not about fucking. I think it's about...
There's nothing you can say that's going to stop me from
apparently,
fucking you.
even I'm transgender.
Even transgender. Like, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But, so the reality is, I think because we're so easy, right? Because men are so easy, we don't give women an opportunity to win us over with laughter.
Well, actually, my theory on why is kind of similar. I feel like if you start on even playing ground, we all are born with the same potential to be funny. Girls and guys come out with the same potential to be funny.
Absolutely.
As guys, very early on, you have to constantly exercise your funny muscle to get laid. So you're basically, from a young age, practicing being funny. Yep. Way more than we are. Like, as girls, we're not practicing being funny because we don't need to as much, but we all still have the same funny potential and the same sense of humor. Just occasionally, if you're like the weird girl or the girl who's not, you know, who looks like Potsy, you have to exercise that muscle to get somewhere. So percentage-wise, there's way more funny men now than there are funny women in the limelight because they're practicing it more.
But this is where I disagree. Slightly. I agree with everything up to there. It's gender-specific. If you see women hang out with women, they do not stop laughing. They're hilarious to each other.
Yeah. They're laughing at us.
No, fuck, who cares what they're laughing at? They understand the language of humor for that sex and that gender.
But that's the same as how you guys laugh about stuff you would never say in front of women. Exactly. We're doing the same thing.
But my point is, we also, because we have to sleep with you, so you said there's more people in the population that are funner.
Or just more famous funny people that are male than female, because although that's changing.
I'm just saying, so you're universal, there's a difference between universal humor and gender-specific humor, right?
Right.
It's basically, humor is developed, we don't have to say exact, but humor is, I want this person to like me.
right? Let's just call it that. I want you to like me, right? I already like you. You have a vagina.
Right.
So you don't have to say the funniest joke. You could say, "Hey, what happened today?" And I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I'll fuck you."
I just want to fuck you.
Exactly.
No, there is things
but if you remove sex from the equation, then
why are we having a conversation then?
then why exist?
Like why am I talking to this girl again?
I feel like like being around a funny person is also engaging in a different way. So like because I feel like that gender bias or that gender difference is shrinking in humor. Like there's more and more funny. There's funny that's universal that we're all appreciating. That's why Girl Code's a success or Bridesmaids is a success. Like
Chelsea
everybody,
Handler,
Chelsea Handler, exactly.
Absolutely.
So
Rebel
before
Wilson,
they were like,
funny.
oh, this is raunchy or comedy, but it's not. It's just what we find funny, and it happens to cross over with what guys find funny. So then they call it something, but it's not. It's just a universal funny thing. There's more and more universally funny topics.
I didn't think it was that deep. Like I've always been the type of person to just. If somebody's funny, they're funny.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I think that's how it should be.
But what I'm trying to say is there might be someone who is absolutely hysterical to us. For example, Bill Burr, who most women...
I fucking love Bill Burr,
You love
though.
Bill Burr. But
Yeah.
the reason why Bill Burr is not as known as Kevin Hart is because women find Kevin Hart more funny than Bill Burr. Now, we might sit in this room...
Perhaps that means we're more discerning about our comedy taste.
But maybe...
Because people have been telling us jokes to try to get in our pants for so long, we're more discerning about it.
I don't tell girls jokes. I tell them the truth.
Man,
that's how I get in their pants. That's how I get in their pants. You know what
I
I'm saying?
just tell them the truth.
I'm
not married. I don't got a fiance.
Right.
That's the truth.
So true. So
I
true.
tell you this dream, baby.
Right.
This reality might be a little too harsh for you, okay? But if you want that fantasy, I'm the guy to call.
So then why, if I'm funny to a guy, is that sometimes off-putting to the guy? Like, sometimes guys don't like funny girls, especially guys who think they're funny.
You can't make the wrong joke. Like, we can't be about to have sex and you be like, you got a little dick. And
well, not
make
that
the face,
kind of.
like, I'm just playing.
That's
comedian.
That's what I've been doing wrong. That's what I've been doing
But now
wrong.
it's in my head. I'm like, yo, does she really think I got
I just
a
do
little
all small dick jokes. No,
You
I
made
mean,
a great point. Everybody has the same potential for humor. Humor is an intellectual thing. I think that to be honest, I think Girl Code is doing a great service to comedy in general because it's letting women be funny about female things. I think before there was this pressure for women to be funny like a guy is funny, right? So you see,
but I think you're calling it that, but that's not what it is. I think they're just being funny, and because guys were funny in that way first, guys own it. Like, oh, you're trying to be funny in a guy way. It's like, no, I'm just being funny.
I'm talking about
Why
the
does it have to be a
female
guy-girl way?
I'm talking about the female experience,
Right.
Like, for example, my girlfriend said this thing to me. It was so funny. She works at a restaurant, right? And she said sometimes guys will write their number on the receipt for her, but then tip like 5%.
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah.
This is a only female experience.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
And it's like and I see this joke and I go, this is a hilarious fucking joke. Like
Right.
I wish that there was this girl that was telling this part of life. Because I can't, as a guy, no girl, one, if she did leave a small tip, I wouldn't give a fuck because I'm getting a number. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just that is something specific to you. And there's
Why is that specific to women, though?
Because
it's a female experience.
It's the female, because if a girl leaves me a small tip, but she leaves her number, the pussy is the tip.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but so I hear these stories that she tells me that are so fucking hysterical. Like, she tells me all the time that that girls come up to her because she's mixed, right? She's half black, half white, and white girls come up to her all the time. She's like, "Oh my god, I want to have a baby with a black guy, so they look just like like every white girl says that to her. It's just like no girl comes up to me and goes, "Oh my god, I want my baby to be healthy, just like you."
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like this is the female experience, and I think you see this in Girl Code.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like. It's not like this is a guy humor, girl humor.
No.
It's just I like the experience of Richard Pryor. I liked his life. That was interesting to me.
Right.
I like the experience of watching the show The Wire. That was an interesting world.
Yeah.
Right.
I just like seeing the world of women in this way where it's like this is something I don't get to experience.
Yeah,
but you're making it funny.
It's pretty honest. We make sure it's pretty raw and honest. And I think go ahead. I think that there's shows out. I think like we were talking earlier about the Girl Code, Guy Code. That Girl Code is super popular, and I think part of the issue is there's a lot of guy shows for guys that are funny. There are very few girl shows for girls that are funny, that are that are really identifiable and like everybody's like, yes, I've had that experience. Like my mom can watch Girl Code and a 15-year-old can watch Girl Code, and all of us went to high school at some point, so we're like, yeah, I've had that.
I used to always wonder if it was a risk to name shows Girl Code, Girlfriends, Girls, because it's so gender specific. But for some reason, those are the shows that I'm attracted to. Maybe because I'm a guy and I want to see what the hell girls are
and you want to know more about it. Yeah.
When I watch Girlfriends, I can really see what girls were going through. When I watch Girls, it's the same thing. Yeah. When I watch Girl Code, it's like, yo, that really, y'all really do that? Like, you know, like you really go to the bathroom and fucking take a quick shit and haul ass like Jessie May said? Like, I didn't know that girls do that.
I'm the opposite.
You don't want to know.
I don't watch Girls. And it's probably because it's called Girls.
Really?
Yeah.
What if it was called like Ladies? Or no, just you don't want anything with a female name in it.
It's so chauvinistic.
And it's not even chauvinistic. I want to relate to something in the show. Do you know, like, because I'll watch.
You don't like girls?
I mean, there's guys and girls.
Yeah, but none of the guys I see myself as. Like,
that might be specific to that show. Although you grew
like,
up in New York, I feel like that would be.
Yeah, but that's not New York. Like that's
right.
That's
a different New York.
Like, you know what I mean? Like none of those people I see on that show, I'm like, oh, that's a New Yorker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but that's just for me. But I've watched episodes of the show. You know, there's just something.
But that's not about the title then. That's just about that particular show maybe. Like if there was a show called Naked Girls Doing Stuff, you'd watch it even though it has girls in the title.
Fucking male chauvinist, misogynistic.
Yeah.
Put it this way. There's a show called on National Geographic called Life in Alaska or something like that.
Nobody wants to see the titties on National Geographic.
But here's the thing.
The titties on National Geographic are horrible.
Nat Geo. The Nat Geo titties are a little bit, gravity got to them.
I tell girls that's
Life in Alaska boobs are very pale.
Life in Alaska, you don't see any boobs.
Okay.
Now there's this chick on the show who lives by herself in 197 miles above the Arctic Circle. There's wolves, bears, she got guns, takes out everything, hunts her own food. It's crazy, right? Old ass woman, right? And I relate to her just as a human being because I don't relate to her like I have any of those skills. I would fucking die. But I go, man, I wish I could be like her and have the balls that she has. Or like, so I just, to me, it's
not
just
even that she's a woman, it's her experience.
That's my point.
Like,
that's my point.
Right.
But I think what happens to me, and this is my prejudice, when I see girls, I'm thinking it's like la-di-da-di-da-di-da. If I wasn't on Girl Code,
punch him, Laura.
I don't know.
Little boxing skills.
No, I'm being honest. If I wasn't on Girl Code, I don't know if I would go to watch it. Now that I watch it, I laugh and I see the shit that people say, and I go, oh fuck, I fuck with this show. But I don't know if I'd initially be drawn.
Right.
And that's something that as
somebody, it sounds like you're growing then.
Hey, I'm growing. But that's something that as somebody who makes TV shows, you need to think about. Right?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, whoa, this is possible that people think in this way.
What do you say to guys like Schulz who got that mentality?
I mean, I feel like, that's the thing. This is always the ongoing issue. You can't tell anything I say in response to that will sound like I'm being a defensive female. Like, I feel like you just gotta, I think the way to,
I respect your opinion.
But I mean, in a bigger picture, I think the way to change people's perception is to just keep making good stuff. If you keep making good stuff and people are exposed to it, then they'll like it, and then it's a non-issue. I feel like that's the solution to everything. Like, like the girl shows for girls or guys, like just make it funny and then people will come to it whether they're girls or guys. That's the thing about Girl Code is
I don't agree.
We make that show funny and we're making it from our personal experiences and everybody happens to like it. If we sat down and said, okay, we're only going to talk about stuff that 16 to 18-year-old girls like, then no, it wouldn't work. It never works. It's like, I think I saw Jon Stewart on a panel once at MTV, and Ryan and I talk about this all the time because it's the smartest thing ever. They were like, how did you make The Daily Show the go-to news source for, college students? And he was like, we didn't. We made a really smart, funny show, and then they watched it. That's how you do it. You just make something smart and funny, and people will watch it.
Oh my God, I agree with that so much.
I feel like that's how you also overcome the gender issue. It's like just girls make funny shit. Everybody will find it funny.
I agree with that in every aspect of life because I do radio.
I have a question after, but yeah.
I do radio, I do TV, and in radio we're supposed to cater to the 18 to 24 demo, and sometimes they'll be like, don't say that reference because nobody will get it. I'm like, who gives a shit? If that's what you're into, if that's like for example, yesterday I compared.
They'll Google it.
I compared Khloe Kardashian to Large Marge. Right? Interviewing Angelique, who the fuck is Large Marge? Right?
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. My whole Twitter timeline goes, Charlamagne, we know exactly what you're talking about. And they started putting memes with Khloe and Large Marge together.
Right.
You never know. Just say whatever you think is good.
Yeah.
Put out the best possible content, and people will get it.
I agree. I agree. I know. I think that's a good point. Say, because at the end of the day, they're relating to you, and if they think that you're interesting, they think you're funny.
Absolutely,
they will feel left out by not knowing who Large Marge is.
Right, yeah. And then they'll Google it, and then they'll learn something about it.
My homegirl lives in Nigeria. I'm on the phone with her yesterday. She's dating this African dude.
She called you or you called her?
She actually called my other homegirl, and I was on the phone with her, so she clicked her in, so we was all on three-way.
The guy code's in Nigeria now, so that's
really?
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no, wait, we were in Namibia. We were in Namibia.
Oh, in the paper, but we've been in Africa for a minute.
Yeah.
So I'm asking her when she's coming home, because she's been gone for like months. She's like, I don't know, I got this dude out here. I'm like, really? So we're talking. She said one of her wifey duties is to clean the schmegma
off the guy's cock.
Off his dick.
Yeah.
So I tweeted that.
Schmegma is the like ricotta cheese looking shit that's inside foreskin.
Yeah. Most people that's uncircumcised have that. Mm-hmm. So I tweeted that.
You're spoiled, American women.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty cocks.
You know how many people tweeted me saying, just Google schmegma?
Yeah.
Yuck. Just Google schmegma. They had no idea.
Right.
Oh, that's true. That proves what you just said, Schulz. When they're intrigued by what you say, they will Google it or figure it out.
Right.
And that's a testament.
So like 9 people will Google Happy Days after this.
No, but it's a testament to your voice though, because if they don't give a fuck what you got to say, they're not Googling it.
Right? Yeah.
But
exactly.
if they like you, they fuck with you, they trust you. They're like, he's not going to say some dumb shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, figure this the fuck out.
Shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Clean as smegma.
Who
Ain't
the
never
fuck
even heard of no
watches
goddamn
that?
smegma. Who the fuck is a smegma?
Who the fuck uses that word?
Fuck you, smegma.
That's probably his lisp. That ain't even a word.
The fuck you spell wrong, smegma. Motherfucker meant to say Sega.
Sega?
Why you gonna talk about Sonic? Just say Sonic. You know what I mean? If you want to just talk about video games, say that shit, Charlamagne.
Words.
God damn. Anyway, so here's my question. Sarah, my girlfriend, who has, I love her so much. She's amazing. Has the worst taste in television ever. I've got it locked down now. She only watches shows about girls in high school.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
Girls in high school.
There's a lot of those shows, though, at least.
There's tons.
Yeah.
And they're horrible. She knows they're horrible.
But they're addictive, yeah.
They're addictive.
She loves MTV then.
MTV has awkward. But she likes drama in high school, not comedy. She likes, oh my God, everything's going wrong. Gossip Girl. The Secret Life of a Teenager, American Teenager.
That other one, the new one, yeah.
The stupid ones. Right. So, but I've noticed with her, she likes shows with a strong female lead. And I think that's what I think she likes the lifestyle, the lavish shit, but I think there's also something she likes about like a woman who's like in charge and like she's going out for, she likes Jennifer Lawrence as a person because she's like, she's not out there just getting naked, she's drawn whatever. So there is something to you being drawn to a specific type.
Right. Oh, definitely.
Like she just won't watch certain shows with me, no matter how good they are. I just know that that's maybe not what she's into.
Yeah.
I'm that way too. I love shows with a strong female lead. And not even just shows. I like to see women in control. I don't know if that's something because I love my mother so much and my grandmother, but I just love to see women in control. Like Nicki Minaj performed at Summer Jam.
Killed it.
Killed it.
So I'm like, yo, maybe we got to start talking about Nicki as just being the best in the game right now. Like,
wow.
We got to talk to her like we talk with the guys. And I said to myself, it's very what's the word? It's very, I guess, misogynistic of us.
Chauvinistic
that when we say who's the best in the game, we always just bring up, we'll say Drake, we'll say Kendrick Lamar. It's like, why don't we mention Nicki Minaj?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's just because she's a girl.
It's just because she's a woman.
Because she's proved it through record sales. She's proved it through spitting.
Yes.
She spit with the best. What is that song? Monster or Power?
Monster.
It was Monster where she buried everybody on that fucking track. Yeah.
Or like when I watch a movie like Set It Off. Like, damn, why don't I ever mention Set It Off with the classics like Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood?
Because it's just girls.
Because it's all girls, but the movie's great.
So
I feel like that's shifting. I feel like that is changing. I think that's just old habit. I really think that's just old habit and how it is.
Yeah.
And
but that's sexism.
Oh, it is.
Sexism.
Totally is.
That
sexist,
is,
that's the word I was looking for.
All right, so there's sexism. I don't think, like you're saying, I don't think sexism is this like, hey, you're a woman? Make less money, woman?
Yeah.
It's not like overt. It's sexism and racism now are things that happen where obviously there are times where people do that, but they happen without us knowing they happen.
Yeah, I thought about what you said.
It's very subtle.
Do you know what I mean? It's little. Remember we this is some little tidbit of racism. We were at a meeting once with some producers for a show, and Charlamagne ordered a green tea, right? And there's this white chick at the table. I think she was actually Israeli, but she goes to Charlamagne. She's like, "Oh, you drink tea?" Now that
very subtle
that
racism.
Is racism.
Yeah.
She's really going, why is a black guy ordering some green tea?
Right, yeah.
Is N-word drinks tea?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Now, so that's now. Is there any hatred associated?
No.
There's no oppression.
It's surprising.
It's just.
But it's a passive racism.
Passive,
and I
yes.
think it's become that because if you live as that being the norm for so long, you don't even realize it's wrong. And that's almost worse. Because, like, somebody just calling you a racial slur, just saying, like, black guys don't drink tea, that's, like, on the surface, you know right away, this person's racist, that was horrible. But the subtle passive racism, nobody ever corrects it.
How do you change shit you don't even know is wrong?
You don't even know you're doing it because we've lived in this mentality for so long.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, become very politically correct in what we say. So then even if you think something, you're stifling it, but it's still coming out passively.
It's like when
that's
people talk
harder
about
to
black
change.
people and their voice gets down.
Right.
Where they go, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but like, yeah, there was this black guy, and black is always like whispered a little bit. Yeah. So we're at the thing, and then this black guy came in and then did it. It's like, why are you
saying it
making this
quiet?
really fucking weird?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
That makes so much sense because that's why Jonah Hill had to apologize for saying the F word.
Right, yeah.
He said
The fact that we even call it the F word
The
now
F word,
shows
yeah.
how far.
But that's the side of respect. Like, I'm not trying.
But that's new because the F word was always fuck before, and now all of a sudden it is now.
One that rhymes with maggot.
Great
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
Yes.
The F word was fuck, and now if you go, he said the F word, everybody
knows what you mean.
Exactly what you're talking about. But he had to apologize, but you can tell that's something he's probably been doing forever. And he didn't mean it in a way of I don't like gay people.
Right,
He just told dudes, suck my dick.
Yeah.
F word.
It just came out in like an angry moment.
And he had to apologize to a whole group of people.
Yeah.
And I thought his apology was good. But
it was.
Here's the thing that I think that happens when you call someone the F word and why that's different than calling someone the N word. When you call someone the N word, you know that person is black.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Not anymore.
Yeah, great.
But you wouldn't. Would you? It's never said as a mean thing to say to a white person.
I wouldn't look at a white dude that like bumped into me
and insult
and go,
him by
watch out,
calling
you N-word.
Right.
Because he'd be like, all right.
No, you know what's funny?
You really are colorblind.
Right.
You know what's funny? When you see black guys now, like if they get into it with white guys, they'll say stuff like, you bitch ass N-word, pussy ass N-word.
Yeah.
Why would that insult a white person?
But it's not said insulting.
Right.
I think it's.
But I know what you're getting at is when you say the F word, you're meaning it as an insult, which is even worse.
No. This is why I don't think it's worse.
There's no term of endearment for the F word.
But no, this is why I don't think it's worse. I think even it's horrible. Don't get me wrong.
But you're inherently judging that group of people by saying it in a negative way.
Yes, I am. But this is the judgment that you're making. I think this guy over here is not comfortable with homosexuals. So I am going to call him something that he isn't comfortable with. You're assuming that guy is homophobic, and to him being gay would be bad.
As opposed to you being homophobic when you say it.
Exactly. Now, I do think you can be homophobic when you say it, but I think the immediate thing is, that guy would probably not want to suck dicks. I'm going to say that he sucks dicks, and he'll take offense to that because he probably thinks that's gross.
You're assuming someone else is homophobic.
Exactly.
That's an interesting
why
point.
It's different than with the N-word, which is we know that this guy's black, and I'm going to try and oppress him by using a word that is negative about black people. You would call a guy who is straight the F word to make him, because you're like, he wouldn't like that.
Does
that make sense?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
I agree with that too. But see, the N word for whatever reason has become some type of term of endearment. The F word has never been that. Like gay people don't walk around and be like, what's up, my F word?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know.
Yes, my F word.
I don't know if within the gay community though, maybe it is. I'm not sure.
We would have heard it.
Yeah,
I've heard it. Some of my buddies who are gay refuse to say it. I think some say it as almost like owning it in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to say this.
The dumb way that black people do with the N-word.
Yeah.
The ignorant, stupid way, and that's one of the reasons I've decided not to use the N-word anymore.
Yeah, Charlamagne's not using the N-word
I know,
anymore.
I feel like I heard that on an earlier podcast.
I just don't
Which is ironic, because didn't you say you're going to say Bieber?
Yeah.
But now, unfortunately, in the news, those two things are very linked together.
Justin Bieber fucking made up. He used it in the context of being racial, though.
Oh, yeah.
That was a racial
But he
joke.
didn't invent that joke.
Right.
He didn't.
He's
parroting something.
It's just this. It's the exact same thing as you reading a page from Huck Finn. Is it racist to read Huckleberry Finn?
Yeah, but he was doing it to get a reaction.
I mean, when you read Huckleberry Finn, aren't you doing it to get a reaction?
Huck Finn is the historical context.
Or because you're in school.
Kind of eliminates the N-word. because it's in a time when people use that word. So you would have to have that word in there to make the story accurate.
My whole thing on any of those words is...
I agree with your point. It would be weird. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
it would be
okay.
weird to have Huck Finn without the N-word because
you can't put African American
or fella.
Negro,
Hey,
brother.
fella.
Yeah.
You mind picking that
it's
cotton
a part
fella?
of the book. But it's a part of the book.
Compadre.
But it's part of the book that can be used as a learning tool as to why that shouldn't be said.
Absolutely.
Like,
Which
I think
is not the intention.
No, but now it can.
But
it
we
works
can
as
look
that.
at it like that. Okay.
Any of the words, those words, and I feel like I've had this discussion with somebody else about the Confederate flag actually, because they were like, I don't get why some people can't just fly the Confederate flag. It's a part of history. It's like if there's any potential that it would upset somebody, why do it?
I agree.
Like that's the thing with the words. That's the thing with the flag. Any symbolism, you have freedom of speech all you want, but just as a human. And like an empathetic human, why do something that could possibly hurt someone else when there's a billion other words? Like, we're all smart people. There's other ways to say things. There's other things. You just be creative.
But that thought process is what leads to the empowerment of those words. When you say don't use those words, don't whatever, don't do it, now it makes that word so much more powerful.
But when you try to take the power out of it by using it all the time, then...
Yeah, what does that do?
It's you sound ignorant. For somebody that doesn't know why you're doing that, because you can't explain it every time. If I be like, yo, my N-word Schulz. The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm trying to take the power out of the N-word. He's a white guy, so I'm trying to use it. Like, you can't explain that all the time.
Wear a T-shirt that says that.
So you just sound ignorant.
Agreed. I'm not saying that everybody goes and says it. But I am saying that the more sensitive that we are about it,
then use it in a historical sense. Then, like, Huck Finn is a great example. That word should be said when reading that book as a learning tool. Then use it in that. Don't make it so bad you can't even say it in that. But
so you can be like, remember when niggas was slaves?
In casual
intent.
Remember when niggas picked cotton?
Well, you can't say that. You can't say that shit because that implies there's some racism there. But
we're using it in the historical context.
No, but you can't.
But not on a podcast talking about nothing. Yeah.
But then you got to speak the rest of your English like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember in thou finest days
a fortnight ago.
Exactly.
Listen, I don't use the word anymore because I'm just tired of the hypocrisy. Like when I heard Justin Bieber say that, I'm like, no, that was kind of fucked up, Justin.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I did. And I'm the type of guy that I'm like, yo, do you? But that was kind of messed up.
Why?
Yeah.
Why was it messed up? Because I feel the fact that it didn't get that big a reaction, and it realistically didn't.
It didn't because TMZ has had that for a long time.
And it's old. That video is old, right?
Old,
They didn't put it out because
they were getting paid off.
Broken off.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then it was this big whole extortion plot. Somebody was trying to get like $1 million out of them. I don't know if they paid it, but for whatever reason, it's leaking now.
So fair enough. My point is, I think we need to learn intent. I don't think that the intent right there was to hurt black people in that joke. I think he heard a joke. He's a 14-year-old kid, and I thought it was a horrible joke.
He thought it was edgy, probably.
He thought it was edgy. He thought it was funny, whatever like that. I don't think it's a good joke at all. But I don't think the intent was to hurt black people. I think if there's one pop star that seems to kind of like black guys,
it's Justin Bieber.
It's Justin Bieber.
He just did a song with the fucking Migos. Lauren, do you know who the Amigos are? The Migos? Mm-mm. Migos, they're black.
Okay.
And foremost. They're not Mexican. They're black, and they're like an underground rap group. They're not even signed to a label, and Justin Bieber just did a song with them.
Really?
Yes. They're black.
So you get one end.
Like Mark Cuban crossing the street, dreads, smelling like marijuana. Like they're black. Like, hey,
have you heard
suspicious people in my neighborhood?
You heard the Mark Cuban thing?
Yeah, I heard that.
You know what I thought was the most racist part of that?
What?
So Mark Cuban said that the guy, if he saw a black dude in a hoodie, that he would cross the street.
Or a bunch of white guys who are intimidating.
Right, but the most racist part for me was that he assumed that black guy was too lazy to cross the street and rob his ass on the other side of the street. That's
you
racist.
think I can't come over there and rob you,
Well, you don't jaywalk?
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Now you're making this awkward. Yeah. You know I want to rob you.
Right.
Because I have no business in this neighborhood. So you know I want to rob you.
Just
and now
gonna
you're going
walk
to cross
all
the
the way
street.
over there?
So now I got to walk over there.
cross
You're
the
going to start
street.
walking fast.
Right.
It's going to get awkward, Mark.
Just come up with that money,
Just drop the wallet, dog.
You got the money. We know you got it. You know what I mean? Listen, I bought a sweatsuit. I'm ready to sweat.
I'm wearing this because I'm going to chase you.
You know what I'm saying? We ready to run. You in a suit and you got wingtips. You're not going to beat me.
I'm going to tell you something else about the F word, too. It's very counterproductive, Jonah Hill, to tell somebody to suck my dick, F word.
Exactly.
Because you're telling me, okay, you're inviting me to your dick, suck my dick.
Right.
So doesn't that make me the same thing?
Right.
Like,
right.
that makes
yeah.
no sense.
Right.
The F word can stand alone, FYI.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a homophobe and you're going to try to insult people and use that word, it can stand alone.
Right.
Give me some cake, you fat motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feed me, you fat fuck. That's exactly what you're saying.
Let me ask you this, Laura. Why is being a lesbian, why people aren't as homophobic towards lesbians as they are towards gay men?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we talked about this in the topic maybe of lesbians on Girl Code. I feel like maybe part of it is because a lot of the, and maybe I'm wrong because I'm going to generalize, but a lot of the aggressive.
The fact that we even need to prerequisite that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're on a podcast. It's just generalizing. I feel like,
who wants to
that's
say
true.
something about one person?
Right.
No
that's a good
there.
point.
You could just say
I mean, I just don't have a degree in sociology, but I think a lot of the aggressive anxiety and aggressive negativity towards the gay lifestyle is from from men. I think more of the aggression and more of the discomfort with it comes from men. I think women aren't as aggressively uncomfortable about it, and so men tend to like lesbians better than or more comfortable with lesbians than they are with gay men. And so I think that's really a question for men. I think as women, we're cool with we're much more. Obviously there's people who are just homophobic in general, but on percentage-wise, I would guess the more homophobia is with men than with women.
I agree.
Yeah.
Except if you watch True Life and you watch MTV's True Life and you see a black chick find out that her boyfriend is gay. And that is the funniest fucking 3 minutes of TV that you'll ever see in your entire life. Wait, what? I'm pregnant. You can't tell me you like dudes now that I'm pregnant.
That's just about women just hating people who lie. That's more about us just hating liars. Yeah,
it's not even.
We're liophobic.
It's so funny, but then she did apologize. Like literally a day. No, that was a different one. But this girl was like, "Listen, I'm sorry that we got all into it, and I was being a bitch. Like, I miss our friendship."
Man, I wish I had this girl's
What?
Twitter, man. This girl was tweeting me this morning because she caught her boyfriend sucking a dude's dick. And she had the picture of her boyfriend sucking the dude's
Pissed
dick.
off or what?
Like she took the picture? She took a
tweeted
picture
me
of
like
it?
8 times. Yep. Like, you have to give him donkey today. His name is such and such and such. Look at pictures of us together. He's acting like he's all straight. And I'm like, if this girl sends me this picture of this guy's dick one more, he's sucking a dick. Like, whoever's dick he was sucking took, I don't even know where it's at. I didn't
But who took the picture? She took the picture or she found it?
Whose
The
dick
guy
he was
sent
sucking.
it
to her.
Probably sent it to her.
So that proves what you said. Black girls,
they do not play that shit, yo. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I feel like it's also just as bad as if he was like banging some other. I mean, it's just cheating. Cheating's cheating, right? That's just.
I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know. I can't. You don't think it is?
No.
You should have seen the way she was pregnant. He goes in a car. He picks her up in a car. She's outside her building. She's sitting down. He goes, I just want to let you know that, I'm bisexual, and she just goes. And then he goes, no, like, I'm serious. And she goes, wait,
like, I'm really gay.
You sucking dudes' dicks?
Oh God!
Wait, you gonna suck dudes' dicks and come kiss me?
I never watched True Life only because it comes on at the same time as Guy Code.
No, True Life comes on at 4 a.m. when you have nothing to do on a Saturday night.
Oh, it reruns. Yeah. Oh, got you.
True Life, I'm Home Alone.
Yeah, that's really what True Life is.
That was the original True Life.
I'm at the point in my life where I like making people uncomfortable when I know they're homophobic. Like, I like saying gay shit on purpose.
You're embracing
two people that you know are homophobic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just guys like
just break them down.
If I say something like gay and I see somebody react to it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to fuck with them. Like bad. Like to the point I'll be like, so Schulz, the last time you sucked a dick, how was it?
But you can't do that to me. Because I'm white.
No, but I would say that to you around the homophobic person.
Oh, fair enough. Because white people are about 10 years ahead of black people in terms of gay jokes. Right? Because we've been tapping each other's cocks for the last 40 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like we call it white boy fun. Yeah. Now, the funniest thing ever in the world, I grew up in New York City, so I have all these, white buddies that they do all this with joke. We're tapping each other's dicks, we're showing each other our balls and shit like that. And it would be so funny when one of my buddies who didn't know that like a black or Puerto Rican guy does not play this shit. And he'd come over, oh yeah, this is Hector, or whatever, we're all hanging out, we just be chilling, all of a sudden he just taps Hector's balls. And then Hector's like, yo, why your friend just touched my fucking dick, yo? You know what I mean? Like, real serious.
You know what's so real about that, yo?
Yeah.
I used to try to get my homeboys to watch American Pie because I thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, they'd be
be like,
yo, that shit.
yo, why you watching this gay shit, son? I'm talking about from when he put his dick in the pie, they thought that was gay. When Stifler got a fucking finger up his ass to get his whatever, because they thought that was gay. Yep. Like, they thought that was the gayest movie in the world.
Anything that wasn't putting a penis in a vagina is... Why is that? Fear of new things?
Fear of new things.
There's a...
Pie fucking?
I think there's a church aspect to it, too.
Oh, okay.
You know, man, you grow up in a church, and there's, homosexuality is not looked at as something that is an allowed lifestyle.
Gotcha.
Right.
So I think there's that comes with it. And I
right.
mean, because it's so foreign and it's so unaccepted.
Yeah, but that is fear then.
It's definitely
like there's a fear of the unknown and a fear of like...
And honestly, I think that's why when you see black guys that are gay that are out of the closet, they are like, gay!
Right.
And it's the more oppression that a group receives, the ones that break away from that oppression seem to be incredibly
really
open. It's like their way of going, no, I'm going to be who I want to be exactly. If I want to wear this, I'm going to wear it. Yeah. If I want to do this, I'm going to do it.
I've been kept back for too long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to, whereas
I'm
you
coming
see,
out. That's
I'm coming
I'm
out.
coming out.
Yeah.
I've never understood the term homophobia, though, simply because what are you afraid of? You can't be afraid of being gay if you're not gay. And you're not just afraid of gay guys.
People are afraid of turning gay. Like, they don't think...
How can you turn gay?
You can't, but you have to think about it from a religious aspect, right? God is perfect. He creates everything perfect, right? Homosexuality is a sin. Therefore...
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, I think that's it's an interpretation.
Homosexuality is a sin if you believe in religion.
Yeah, okay.
So
is sex
I feel like
marriage?
the wording is... I mean, if we're saying that it's based on a Bible-based thing, I feel like it's an interpretation of what it says that it's a sin.
Fair.
But they have deemed it that.
I mean, we can sit here and argue. I think Christians would agree that they think homosexuality is a sin. Now, and if you believe in sins, that's just religious anyway. It's not like outside of religion, there's sins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sin is just a religious thing, right? So it's like God's perfect. If he creates everybody in his image, which is perfect, and homosexuality, according to him, how they interpret the Bible, is a sin, he would never create you imperfectly.
Oh, I see.
We're all imperfect, though. We have sex before marriage.
I'm just saying the
religion. Commandments say we shouldn't lie, we shouldn't steal. We all do that.
But here's the argument.
We cheat.
Here's the argument. We're making a choice to have sex before marriage. I don't believe they're making a choice to be gay.
Yeah, I believe sex is natural.
I believe sex is natural.
Homosexuality is natural.
But that's where the difference comes, because God would never make you.
Oh, I see, right.
Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why it's so conflicting also for them, because if you believe 100% in this God, and this God is everything for your life, and then you see something that this God that you believe 100% would not make you as, it's hard for them to go, oh, wait a minute, God fucked up, but this is my God that I love.
Yeah.
I was raised with no religion, so I don't know what that conflict is like.
Yeah.
You know, so, but that I think is where it comes from.
I believe God makes no mistakes. I truly believe that. And when I see homosexual people, man, you can't even peg a homosexual person. There's no stereotype in homosexuals. Like, I know homosexual guys that are look more manly than all of us.
Yeah.
And who says it's not manly to sleep with another man?
Right.
Like, what you do in your own fucking time is what you do in your own
That's what it is.
time.
It's like that's the thing. I don't understand people being obsessed with it, where it's like whatever you're doing, just do it, and if it makes you happy and it's not hurting anybody, then why the fuck does anyone care about it? Like, who cares? If it makes you happy and nobody's getting hurt, then who the fuck? Like, why get in anybody's business? I don't understand making it a law. Everybody should just be able to do what they want to do.
Let gay people get married.
Yeah.
Like, it's America. It shouldn't even be about gay. It should just, we're American.
Yeah, exactly.
Let them have their American rights.
Yeah.
It's a real shame, and it's like,
the realest shit I ever heard about homophobia though was from you.
What was that?
When you was like, the only way you'd be homophobic is if you got raped by another man.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't.
And I thought about this after you said it, because I'm like,
I didn't say it exactly like that.
You did say it like that.
Not exactly like that.
What did you say?
You were like, we were talking about getting raped by a dude.
Yes, because that happens. A lot of guys are ashamed to admit it.
But, you know, maybe a guy rapes another dude, and they're like, "Do you think you'd be different?" And then I go, "I might be a little homophobic."
Right.
But you can understand it. That's a legitimate fear of dicks. If you get raped, now you have a legitimate fear of dicks.
Of gay dudes.
But then why aren't girls? I mean, I guess that's possible, but that would just be that you're scared of whatever tortured you. Like, if a female gets raped too, I'm sure there's an element of being scared of dicks after that too.
I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's not that I would be afraid of homosexual people or you sharing love with yourself. I think
you'd be afraid of another man who likes men taking your ass.
Or any man. Yeah.
Any man.
An aggressive
I would
dick.
be
You'd just be
afraid
scared of aggressive dicks.
Aggressive dicks.
Yeah,
exactly.
which is weird because that's mostly what I've dated my whole life.
Nice.
Aggressive dicks.
So you mean like when you say aggressive, they're like harder and a lot more vain?
No, I just mean like pushy and assholes. But when I'm talking about dating or who raped Schulz.
Are you talking about literal dicks or people?
She was
Schulz would be
about
scared
people.
of literal dicks,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about people.
First of all, I like how
I just
I'm
made
the
a
guy getting
leap.
fucking raped in this situation.
Yeah, exactly.
It could have been anybody. We could have just
Right.
said anybody, but
You're
it's
the
me
one who
against
said
fuck.
it.
You're the one who asked me. Where were we talking about this?
On last week's podcast.
Oh, it was last week's
And
podcast.
I was saying that it's got to be guys who are afraid. I mean, it's a lot of guys out there who've been raped.
Right.
Yeah.
Who don't want to talk about it. Because how do you say that to somebody?
But then, like you said, my reaction would be just fear of getting raped. It wouldn't be fear of two people
Specific
that love
types
each other
raping. Yeah.
marrying each other, people
Yeah.
that want to fucking
you
adopt
wouldn't care
a kid.
if a girl
and
raped you.
But the girl can't rape me.
Yes, they can.
How can you rape me if my dick is up? I must be into it.
Okay, what
Unless
if
you tie it, but fucking
There definitely are
pen
instances
around my
of that
dick.
happening, though. I mean,
what
wasn't
if you
there
get
been-
raped and you like it?
then it's not rape.
You like that aggressive shit. You're like, holy shit,
Oh,
stop.
I don't know.
But
That's
I thought
that
about this.
I'm talking
mentality
about
is
the
that's
man.
going
No.
down a risky
I've
road.
thought about this rape. The only way a girl could really rape a guy is you'd have to wait until the morning where I had morning wood.
What if it was a roofie situation or taking advantage of you not being not being aware and having impaired abilities, and then I had sex with you and you didn't realize till the next morning, and then you wish you didn't have sex
If
with
I'm
me.
talking to you at a bar, you don't need to roofie me. Like the fuck we talking for? You know what I mean?
But, like-
go back to your morning wood.
But okay, so if I got this morning
Oh,
wood,
this is dick talk, by the way.
this is dick
segment.
talk. Let's
Okay.
go. We have one dick segment per show.
Oh,
We
okay.
got to talk about dicks for at least 5 minutes.
At least
Okay.
5 minutes. So
We're sponsored by Dicks.
I'm sitting there, I'm laying down, I'm sleeping, right? I got my morning wood going.
Okay,
right?
dick's out.
Dick's out. Girl jumps, hops on me,
Ride that dick.
rides that
But
dick.
girl who's already in your bed, or no, she climbed in
She
through a window.
climbed in through
Okay.
a window, right?
Okay.
Hops on me.
Saw your morning wood from
saw
across
my,
the street.
Saw my
Saw
morning
that
wood.
dick from
because
Shimmied
that
up a
shit
drain
was
pipe.
Popping.
She made up a drain pipe, which got her turned on the way.
Exactly. She was ready to go, right? She plays with herself a little so it's a little wet so that she
Okay.
can slide it right in.
Climbs in a window.
Jumps
right?
on that dick.
Jumps on it. Obviously hurts her on the way in.
Ride that dick.
Right? No. Now I'm gonna wake up,
Right.
right? While she's fucking me.
Okay.
Now, right when I wake up, she has to go, I'm raping you. Because if she doesn't say that, I'm gonna just think I got really lucky and I'm getting some pussy.
Why does her saying it change the dynamic?
Because then I'm gonna go, no,
Will you?
don't rape me. If that's what's getting her off.
Ladies,
I'm
hold
like,
on.
don't
I want,
rape me.
I want every lady listening to this
This is
to know
Schultz's rape fantasy, is what it's turning
This
into.
fantasy is weird, and that's only some bullshit men can get away with, okay?
Yeah.
If a man climbs through your window, ladies.
Yeah,
jumps
of
on top of
course.
you, and starts
It's
taking pussy.
horrible.
That's rape. You don't have to say shit. He don't
Yeah.
have to say shit. It's rape.
Oh yeah, I'm not arguing that for women. Yeah,
Right.
I'm just saying if you fuck me,
You're saying this is
right?
the only way a guy could be raped, which I completely disagree with. But
But
go
you
ahead.
think guys can be raped in these other ways?
maybe
All right.
I think so.
How?
I think I think it's like the definition of it doesn't really. There's obviously gray areas, but if somebody does something to you that you don't want to happen, and you're impaired, your abilities are impaired in some way,
Yeah.
then it would be a rape.
Okay,
But
explain
how
it
do
to
you
me, Laura.
how do I fuck you if my dick isn't hard?
But what if you did get roofied by a stranger at a bar
And Viagra'd.
and Viagra, or you're so fucked up that you don't know what you're doing, and so you do get hard because somebody's just touching it or blowing on it or whatever. And then-
blowing on it?
Yeah.
Is
First of
that
all, it
what I
don't
look
take
like?
shit
Is that
from
what
a
I'm
man to
doing
get
wrong?
hard.
Is that what I'm doing
Wow.
wrong?
But my point is, if I'm hard, it means I'm ready to get it.
Your
popping.
body is, but mentally and emotionally, you're maybe not.
You don't know what it's like to be a guy.
If I was
No,
to get
I
raped-
don't.
If I was to get
I'm
raped
so
by a
glad I
man-
don't.
If I was to get raped by a man, I know my dick will get hard, and the reason I know that is Can I
I think it's
finish
a
before you-
physiological.
Before
it's a-
y'all
yeah.
judge and laugh, could I finish?
I'm not
Hold on.
judging. I think I might
Let
agree
him
with what you're
I
going to
know
say.
my dick would get hard. You know
Let
why?
him finish. And
Because my dick always gets hard out of anger. I do not know why. Whenever I get frustrated, whenever I get
You have
stressed,
like a rage boner.
I get a rage boner,
So-
and I got to jack off to get it out.
let me ask you a question. When the guys hit you
That
up
is
with
not what I thought you were
with
gonna
the
say.
Can I get a drop?
I wanted some pussy immediately.
But your dick was hard when those guys were beating you
When
up?
I got up to this, and I never forget because I had on Adidas sweatpants.
So you had this big-ass hard
Yes,
dick.
I'm sitting there like, why the fuck is my dick hard? And I thought about it.
Sweatpant
my dick
boner.
gets hard out of anger.
So 4 dudes are putting their hands on you.
It's like
dick
the
gets
Incredible
hard.
Hulk. The more you hit me, the harder my dick's gonna get.
So you would get fucked, right? So you're getting fucked by this dude.
Yes.
Your dick gets hard.
Angry as a motherfucker.
You nut?
I probably won't nut, but my dick will be.
But what if you did?
I have one of those aggressive dicks where the veins pop out. I'll be mad. I'm like, motherfucker, oh man, when you get off,
He
me, I'm
loves
try to
talking
kill
about
you.
his fucking dick. Yo, Laura, no, what do you say about a guy who loves talking about his fucking dick so much?
I don't know. I mean, what does that mean? I have no.
What do you think that means?
I don't know. I mean,
he told me how long it was once.
It's either of super confidence or super compensation. It could go either way.
My shit is average. I'm 7 inches 3/4.
See, that's what makes me think it's a comfortable confidence
My
thing.
dick is average, and then he says his dick is 3 inches bigger than average dick.
Oh, I see.
What?
Average dick is 5 1/4 inches. You can't say your dick.
I'm 2. 8 when it's warm.
8 when it's warm. This is his big thing. Like his dick
Wait, warm?
shifts in the fucking warmth.
It does.
Like seasonally?
Seasonally. In fall and winter, it's 7 3/4. When it's hot like now, 8 inches easy.
First quarter of the year, your dick is smaller than the second quarter. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Got it. All right.
But he always now he's talking about the veins and how angry his fucking dick
Right.
is. What do you think that means?
I don't know. Maybe that is some sort of thing that happened. I don't know. I'm not sure where that comes from. Well, that answers it then, I guess.
Did she talk shit about your dick?
She used to talk shit about me, period.
What would she say?
Like she'd tell me I got a huge nose. So why are you molesting me then? If I'm so fucking horrendous to you, why do you constantly molest me?
Did that create a fetish? Like, do you prefer women to talk mean to you or anything now?
And I love older women. I was 8. She was like 20-something. It was my cousin's ex-wife.
Maybe that's why you like the
I
trolls.
really think like your first
They remind you.
naughty sex thing shapes what you like in sex. Like, like if you find like a porno in the woods that's just all butts when you're like 6, then I feel like later on in life that's what will be your thing. It's like the first naughty thing that happens to you.
And I rebelled
helps
against
shape
her
helps shape it. That's
Really?
why so many people are into spanking from a certain generation. I swear that's why.
Because we got spanked by our parents.
Because kids got spanked and it's like the first naughty feeling, and I feel like then that becomes like not a fetish, but that becomes like what you're into, and like now that was the first like naughty. I feel weird about this thing that happened to you, and now that forms what you're into.
What if somebody molests you, a guy molests you, and you're a guy? Does that make you
gay?
Gay?
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes you gay, but the dynamic of what's happening might be what makes the fetish. Like but like it doesn't mean just because an older woman fondled him that he's now only into.
Oh no, molesting me.
Or molested you.
Okay. Suck her titties. Used to make me put my semi-erect penis in her vagina.
At 8, you were fucking pussy?
I couldn't even feel nothing though. Like my dick was little as shit. It was letting I was penetrating and pumping.
But it's the dynamic that became
how
the fetish.
How big was your dick in the summer when you were 8? What was your summer length?
3 3/4 inches.
3
in the winter,
3/4.
4
Were you
in the
just
summer
walking
back
around
then.
with a ruler all the fucking time measuring your cock?
Yeah, it was about that. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I feel like that it's the dynamic that shapes it. Somebody's being mean to him while something sexual was happening forms the fetish of wanting older women maybe to talk mean to you, and that turns you on.
Yo, that's so real, because I had this chick from Jersey I used to fuck, and she was in the S&M and shit, and she was like 46 years old. She was married and shit. She used to tie me up. Like, she had this one fucking shit. It was like a rotisserie chicken, so she would like handcuff my arms to the top of the bed, handcuff my legs to the bottom, and just roll me over. And then she had these heels. She would walk on my lower back and step in my heels, and I hated it and loved it at the same time.
What did you like about that? I never understood that.
I don't know what I liked about it.
It's not, you can't explain it. It's just like a thing that works for you once in a while.
She used to talk mad shit.
Look, what's the first naughty thing you remember happening that, or what is a thing that maybe still kind of
the first girl I ever fingered, I put 5 fingers.
Holy shit!
I gave her the pelican.
You thought that's what it meant.
I called it the pelican. I put my hand like this.
How old was she?
She was a year older than me. I think I was like maybe 13 or something like that. And we were on the beach, and she literally said this to me. She was like, "Are you gonna finger me?" And I was like, I would like to do that. And she was like, "Put as many fingers as you can."
What?
And I remember I literally went like this. I was like, "Okay," and I put my hands and I wiped the sand off my hands like like when you just finished doing something, you're like, "Oh, righty, let me go do this." And I put 2, I put 3, I put 4. There was room, and I stuck a little thumb in there, and I was just giving her the pelican. And then after
she
that,
definitely got molested when she was young.
You think?
5 fingers in a 14-year-old pussy? Why her pussy so big?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, your fingers were probably tiny.
But I have big hands. Like, look how big my hands are.
That just sounds like just kids that don't know better. Like, I think this is how it's supposed to happen. I saw one porno. Put your whole hand at me. Yeah.
No, that's true, though, because another memory I have is I used to have this. Somebody gave me a porn magazine, and I ripped the page out of it, and the page I ripped out was this guy skeeting in this girl's face. And I used to keep that in my Trapper Keeper. That's what my mom found one day. And I love busting off in girls' faces to this day. I love it.
I think maybe it's the first porn thing you see that determines it. Do you remember the first naughty picture or like scrambled porn or magazine? Like, what was it of?
Robin Bird. Mm-hmm. But I don't have a fetish at all for. Do you know Robin Bird?
Yeah, so you're really into like scrambled old boobies, low res. God, you're into low res VHS boobs.
Just fucking horrible spray tan, bad boob job.
Yeah. No, but much younger, like when you were like a little kid. I don't know. This is just a theory.
I don't know if I had any.
Like, I had a friend who, like, when he felt funny, he would go in the closet and, like, put on his mom's boots, like, sit inside her boots, and he had, like, a total leather
So
thing.
he's secretly gay now?
No, like, not. He was into, like, girls in leather pants, or if anybody had on anything leather. He just liked leather, the smell of leather, the feel of leather, because when he was a kid, he used to hide in the closet, and all his mom's, like, leather boots were around.
Theory, though. I mean, a kid hiding in the closet wearing women's clothes should be secretly gay now.
No, because I think it's the sensory dynamic. It's not.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, whatever you're feeling or smelling or hearing.
That shit you be feeling, like when someone touch you and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then dynamic.
And
that's
what you're hearing.
Team.
Got you.
It's a soccer team to play. Where's the dynamics play at?
I think I seen that on my Xbox, a sensory dynamic button or some shit like that.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what it's all about.
Well, before we get out
that was my favorite cartoon when I was young, Darkwing Dynamic.
That was dope.
That was a dope-ass cartoon.
Let's answer some Asking Idiots because we got to
get out of here. Shoot.
All right. Cassandra wants to know, do you think there's a secret formula to making it in the entertainment industry like some people have? Laura?
I think there is. It's not a formula. I think it's different for each person. I think you have to have talent. You have to be committed to it. But I think like one important ingredient that people don't talk about is you have to be okay with failing.
True indeed.
I feel like to stick with it and really make it, you have to be not just rejection. Everybody says, "Oh, get past the rejection." I mean, you have to be have no fear of failing or be totally okay with failing. Like, if this all goes bad, oh well, I'm going to keep going.
Yep. A great book to read is The 50th Law by 50 Cent and Robert Greene, because he talks about that. And the whole book is about fear. That's the 50th Law. The 50th Law is how you cannot have no fear, because you can't have no fear of failure, and you can't have no fear of success either.
Right.
Some people are scared to be successful.
That's
a great book to read. That's a great thing.
I think there's a healthy balance. I know this sounds completely weird, but you need to have both of these. You need to have self-awareness. A realistic look at who you are and how good you are at things, and complete delusion.
Yeah.
You need to be completely unrealistic about what you can accomplish.
Well, delusion is like being a dreamer, though. So it's kind of like
that's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
But you need to be able to think that you could be president of the United States.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you need to look at yourself and be like, I need to get better at these things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people have too much self-awareness. They go, I'm not good. I can't be as good as these other people, so they can't succeed.
Right.
And a lot of times people have only dream, which is, I'm amazing, and then
I don't have to do any work. It'll eventually come to me.
Exactly.
We've said this before. Like, I still think, and I think this is good parenting that instills this in you, I still think if I practiced hard enough, I could play Major League Baseball. I mean, like, I really think there's part. You were saying the same thing about basketball.
About basketball.
That there's still part of me delusional enough to think if I put my mind to it, I could do anything.
Absolutely.
Well, in the words of the great Steve Jobs, the people that change the world are the ones that are crazy enough to believe they can change the world in the first place.
I think that's a good formula, what you said.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, he wants to know, how would a brilliant idiot react to Lance Stevenson blowing in your ear? Lance Stevenson from the Indiana Pacers, he blew in LeBron James' ears to try to distract him.
Well, I think if it made Charlamagne angry, he'd get a raging boner.
Listen, number one.
But he'd be like, I'm clarifying this is a rage boner. This isn't because you're blowing in my ear.
No.
It has nothing to do with this sultry blow.
No, fuck that. Laura, you said, you should know this, the number one erogenous zone on a man is their ear, when you blow into a man's ear.
Really?
Yes.
The ears are very erogenous. That is true.
So when he would have blew in my ear, I'd have looked at him and said, my dick's hard.
Really?
Because he tried to get in my head. That would fuck him up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
My dick's hard.
Yeah.
You should just pull out that 7 3/4 beer. Why don't you blow in this?
My dick's hard. Thank you, Lance.
So it was fall then.
Thank you.
It was autumn.
Exactly. No, I'm wrong. Exactly. If it's the finals, it'd definitely be an 8-inch.
Yeah.
My dick's hard. Yeah. Thank you. You just perform foreplay on me.
That would be a good strategy because if it made him feel uncomfortable, he would never blow in your ear again.
Right.
Ever.
And you're in his head then. I think that's a good response.
And wink at him for the rest of the
day.
Do
the thing they will least expect.
Yes.
If he blew in my ear, I love talking shit. So I would welcome that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I would just welcome. I'd be like, okay, it's on. Now everything's... So I love... Anybody who's down with talking shit, and Lance seems like the type of guy you could talk shit to, and it's not going to be a fight. It's just who's going to get inside each other's head better. Yeah. And I love playing ball against those type of people.
Word.
So, psychological game.
That's dope. Lord, tell me, I got an idea for a show.
Okay.
No, I don't want to say that idea because somebody might steal it.
No one's going to steal it.
Off record, you can tell me.
I'll just say this. This gay guy called the radio station hitting on me this morning. So I start throwing it back.
Right.
And he goes, he's like, I'll do this to you. And I was like, what makes you think I'm a bottom? I'm a power top. I'm a fuck you. He paused and I was like, yeah, now what's up? Now don't run now. Let me get some of that ass.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm going now. He hung up the phone. Yeah. It got too real for him.
That's the best way to win anything.
So that's just my way of saying that, flip it on Lance Stevenson.
Yeah. Flip it on. Make them uncomfortable. When anybody's making you uncomfortable, it's usually because they don't feel comfortable being in the passenger seat.
Absolutely.
Put them in the fucking passenger seat. You know, it's like when it like sometimes.
But you have to say something smarter or weirder or funnier for it to work.
Top it.
Yeah, you have to top it.
Just top it. Yeah. Top it. Whatever. Even when you're hitting on a girl or a girl's hitting on a guy, like if I'm hitting on a girl and she's like trying to make me feel uncomfortable, trying to do whatever, I just take it one level further.
Right.
I just take it one level further. Or the opposite. If some guy is being like really. I don't know, he's trying to hit on you, he's doing all this wild shit, he's being a wild, crazy guy, and then you just say, let me see your dick then.
Right, exactly.
And immediately he's like,
I
just can't.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like that works with like mean girl shit too, like or like in high school when people are teasing you and saying mean stuff. If you just make a joke that's better and dirtier than whatever they're saying, they don't know what the fuck to do.
Lost.
Yeah, just take it to that level.
Absolutely. Well, Laura Murphy, I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Your Girl Code right now?
Yes, we are shooting season 3. It'll be coming at the end of the summer or the early fall.
Word. Schulz, we already plugged everything we needed to plug.
We plugged, yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Get the Girl Code book. Girl Code
check
book
out the Girl Code book that is written by Laura Murphy. And make
others.
Sure you...
I contributed 5 chapters or 6 chapters.
Okay,
There's a couple
you
other
wrote
authors.
it.
Yeah, I wrote it.
So then make sure you do that, and then obviously subscribe to the podcast, and thank you guys for continuing to rate it and all this stuff, and some good things happen in the future.
Yeah, and as always, if you listen to this podcast and you like what you heard and you learned something and you think we're brilliant, you're right. But if you listen to this podcast and you think we don't know what the fuck we're talking about and you think we're a bunch of idiots, you're right too.
Absolutely.
It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Let's go.